What's up, y'all? HTG Brian here, and I've got my fingers crossed that this works. Fun little fact for you, I had this all set up and working for the entire morning. I was ready to go, I had everything ready. All I had to do was click a button to launch the stream, and then the camera stopped working. Long story short, I was using a power source from a light that has a USB port on the side, and it was not charging the device. Apparently, the battery was using more of its power source than the charger was charging. So as you can see, I've actually got it showing up in the top right corner. I'm still working my way back up from 0. But since I started this and I've displayed it back again, it started at 28 and now we're at 31. So we're climbing up. In the future, I will likely remove that little overlay, but I'm still kind of figuring things out. And so this is more of a test of the new setup than it is actually an unboxing. I do have some really cheesy graphics that I'll be throwing up to make you cringe out, but literally just has some pointers of things that I've learned by watching and reading a lot about this on the interwebs. But first impressions already, I mean, the box, I'm not trying to do like a disco show for you there, but it's like really heavy. Like, I mean, it's significantly heavier than like a DualShock box would be. And it's largely due to the fact that it has a case and some other components inside of it. But I've been waiting, like I've had this thing on hand for probably 2 weeks. And I've had some issues with my setup. I was trying to use a different camera, and then I came up with a GoPro idea, and then I had to get this media mod and figure that out. And it's actually really crazy. I'll post a photo on our Discord of the mic boom arm that has turned into a camera boom arm as well. I am wearing my glorious insert coin PlayStation Underground shirt here. Definitely a cool pickup. I've had this for a long time. I've literally worn it like twice, but I thought this would be a good time to wear it. Got it all blue in the room too, blue HUD, and kind of ready to check this thing out. So if you guys have questions or things along the way, I will do my best to answer them. But as I've already mentioned, this is like the first time I've unboxed this, first time holding it. So I'm relatively a noob when it comes to this controller, but I'm hoping that that will change today and moving forward in the coming weeks. So I'll go ahead and try to do my best to unbox this. I don't have a ton of room. I've got about 12 to 14 inches between the desk and the camera that's hanging out here. But like I said, it's going to take some getting used to. And the more I move, if I move the camera or bump any, it's potentially going to make the camera bounce a little bit. So I'll try to do my best to keep that smooth. But all right, discarded from the shell first. Booyaka shell. All right, nice little fun box here. This is for the PS5 Popcat. What's up, guys? I see some of you working your way in. Very short premiere or launch page, if you will. Was trying to do this at noon, but it didn't work out due to the camera dying, and as I already mentioned. And so, yeah, but I wanted to get it done today. You guys are probably also wondering, Brian, you don't have your glasses on. That is actually accurate as well. Now, for those of you who don't know, my vision is actually pretty solid between, basically my reach. Beyond my reach is where it gets a little questionable. So I've got the blue tint on my glasses for longevity, for playing on screens and things like that. Plus it helps me focus, because my screen is out of my reach. Anything within my reach, I can see pretty good. In fact, with those glasses on, I can't see anything. But it is starting to get to the point where I'm going to need some corrective lenses for the close-up or reading stuff. So we'll see how this goes. But all right, let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. And what do you think? Camera view, everything okay so far? I mean, are we good? Are we good? And what's up, Harley? Yes, it is me, Brian. All right, so we've got, what else do we got in here? Okay, so we've got a little pouch. Is there any cables or anything? Looks like just some information. They tuck it in there because they don't really want you to read it. All right, so second shell discarded. This is like a Russian nesting doll. All right, we'll go ahead and pop it out. It's got this really nice cloth on it, and ooh, look at that. I'm still sort of, like I said, this is more of a test of my setup. I'm trying to get used to everything with the new camera, and this will come and go. It's literally a GoPro Hero 8 connected to a series of it's pretty funny how it all works out, but I got a clamp that clamps right on, so it's new and improved but different, and looks like you can't see any of it in the camera view, which is awesome because it's literally like, I wouldn't be able to stream video games very well with it like this. So Case, pretty sturdy. Like, I gotta be honest. And I haven't, there's no audio doubling down from the camera, right? Like, we're just good here. One thing, I'm not seeing any Discord messages pop up or anything crazy. So I'm assuming that the audio is clean and good. Well, I see Jonathan out there. What's up, Jonathan? Lucky's there too. What's up, Lucky? Good to see you. Phil's out there. Greg's out there. Who else? Did I miss anybody? I mean, I guess Barry and Kirsten are out there too. We were chatting before. All right. So fun fact. Look at this. Okay, maybe not. All right, there we go. There is a port that drops down on this case. And in fact, like I said, I got some cheesy graphics I'm going to go ahead and throw out here. So check it out. The case is very durable. It's part of the weight that I've already mentioned with this controller being a little bit heavy. It does have the charge port. We'll get a little bit more into that later, but it's got a very, very strong Velcro keeping that on there. And of course, it's got room for accessories. So let's go ahead and open this thing all the way up and actually check it out inside. Okay, you can see here, it's got some more wrap on it to keep it nice and purty for everybody. Yeah, it's just further proof. I never opened it. This is the first time. Okay, so, you know, view-wise and everything, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing, right? Not. See how what different those are? So that's going to be the one area that I think I'm going to need a little bit more room with this camera being here. Let's see here. Let me get it. I know I can get this to work. Yeah, I know I can get it to work. All right. So first off, just noticing some differences. The weight was the first noticeable thing. Obviously, the touch pads are different colored. A little bit of a contrast in the buttons. Instead of being white, we're sort of clear. We've got the black background. This lower bits here, it's definitely shinier, and that's because this actually pops off and you can interact with the sticks and actually replace them for, I guess it's only 20 bucks, but we'll get to that in a hot second too. But ultimately, definitely visually different, right? Like, man, there's definitely a weight difference. I wish I had like a little scale that would accurate. I mean, I got like a fat boy scale downstairs, but I don't think it would even register. I mean, I don't think it's a pound even, but it's definitely heavier. On the backside here, you got some extra holes or notches that are missing from the other control. I'm doing my best trying not to turn on the PS5 too, because that may interrupt the cam link. But so we got some sensitivity stuffs up here too. It's more of a feedback. So like you can sort of, oh yeah. Oh, wow. So you can lock them into place. So the travel of the trigger, I don't know. Here, let me see if I can get a little closer. So check it out. See how much that's traveling? Watch when I push it in one. It locks it, and it's like a halfie. And then when I go all the way down, it's like a quarter. So I can't, that's as far as I can go. But if it goes all the way in. So I'm assuming that is... for like quick triggers, right? Like you could probably put it on that lower setting where it barely moves and you're hitting that max point way quicker than you would. That's actually impressive. So, you know, this controller, one thing I haven't mentioned yet, it's $200, right? Quite a bit more than a standard controller. You find these for roughly $70 to $80, depending on the colors and such. So more than double the price. Now, obviously, you know, removing that, there's some other things that come with the controller, like this fancy case that it sits in. It also comes with a 9-foot braided cable for charging. And this thing, let's see here, that's probably used for something. I've got a, let's see here, nice little bread tie there. We'll throw that in the garbage. You know, standard cable, right? But this is where this thing gets interesting too. The cable actually becomes, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Of course I can't. There we go. So it goes in like that. And then, I don't know if you can see those or not. So like, look there, you can see it's got some little legs that pop up, right? That actually allows you to lock into the controller. So you plug it in on the back of the port and you pull that. Okay, that didn't work. Like, maybe I got it upside down. Maybe I got it upside down. No, that should have. Okay, in theory. There we go. I didn't click it into place. So it becomes a wired controller. Now, I guess that's for removing any possibility of latency for being wireless. Also, sort of removes the. I don't know if you ever had friends back in the day that you'd be like in a race or like a fight, like playing some Mortal Kombat or something. And right as you're about to win, they yank the controller out and you'd have nothing, right? And then they'd. So, I mean, there's some preventative measures. Obviously, whoever designed this controller had some bad memories, some PTSD as a child. But yeah, so not only does it come with the cable and the controller, it comes with a series of different tops. And basically, they're the same, but they're different. So the difference between the two, as you can see, these are kind of concave. These are more of like the mushroom style. From the earlier like DualShock 2 and 3, I think was the last time we saw that. I think the 4s had the inverted tops. So it takes you back in time. Now, the difference between these two is that there's different heights. So we got a set for each. We got a set of talls and a set of shorties, right? And these guys apparently pop right off. So I'm going to take a leap here. Oh, look at that. Just pops right off. And then we can place the tolly on there. Snaps in. Solid. So you can play lopsided if you want. You got all sorts of customization with that. Personally, I used to get the FPS Freaks, the sticks that would go on top of the sticks. Where'd that go? Yoo-hoo! Oh, wow, it rolled way over here. I don't know why this guy's not clicking back on. I guess maybe there's a certain way you're supposed to have it. There we go. But yeah, so we definitely have some different options for the tips. And then let's see, what else do we got here? I don't think they give us any replacement analog sticks. Now, the back, this is where the controller sort of loses me, right? So far, everything about this has been pretty solid. I like the fact that it's got a new look to it. It's a little shinier, a little glossier. I like the fact that it's got the customization. I like the fact, as you guys know, I go through controllers at least 2 a year, probably. And the main reason is largely because of stick drift or the clicking becomes so soft. It's been so worn out that it's like you can breathe on it and it sort of represents a push. So like in Apex, often I'll go quickly to move like from looking down to up. But when I do that, I push down just enough on the analog that I punch. And nobody wants to see me swing and miss a punch. So often, it's user error in a way, but it's also the sensitivity of the analog becomes so easy and it happens way often, and I don't like that. So knowing that I can replace the sticks for, I guess they're $20. I haven't seen them in person yet or anything, so we'll have to wait and see for sure. But from what I could tell, it is $20 to replace. Now, maybe $20 per analog. That's a possibility too. I'll have to get back to you on that. Now, one of the things that I want to mention is that okay, real quick, I got the sticks. Can be replaced for $20, and there's 3 style of top/caps, which we did cover. We got the stock ones that come with it that are on all the DualShock 5s, and then we've got the tall and the short mushroom-style domes that can go on top. The back, though, back to the back. This is where I sort of get lost. You've got these giant buttons that go on here, and I'm guessing that's probably on the wrong side. That's probably supposed to be, no, that was probably right. These things are supposed to just snap in there. I guess, is it in there? I guess it's in there. You guys, there we go. It just sort of sits in there. That's kind of weird. Now, this is why I don't like these. First of all, I can't get the damn thing out of there. All right, got it. one of the main reasons why I don't care for or want those back buttons is because I have a DualShock 5 charger base. And when I'm done gaming, I literally just reach up and slam dunk it on the base, right? That is likely going to prevent me from being able to do that. Now, there are these little shorter ones too, these little short, stubby ones. And let's see, that's got to be backwards. So there's like a weird like hook method that you use. So would that be on this side? I'm not exactly sure of the orientation. I'm trying to get that in there. Is that it? Okay, so they're not nearly as intrusive as I was expecting them to be. So, you know me, I'm a big naysayer. I'm always like, meh, when it comes to like new stuff, especially. Like, I'm not a huge fan of change. That did not go in there. So, I already promised you I was bad at this. Noob alert, noob alert. I don't know why that one's not going in there. You're doing it all wrong, Brian. There we go. I had it upside down. Wow. So those are way... But, you know, I have relatively, you know, decent sized hands. I certainly don't have short fingers or small hands. I don't know if I'm not probably in the large or extra large category either. But, you know, as you can see, like I can play on the opposite. Definitely got longer thumbs than probably the average person, but I don't find those buttons very accessible on the back. They're there. They're usable. I don't know. I'll just have to play with it and see. So essentially, it's my understanding that you can actually map the buttons. There are up to 30 profiles. 30. So I guess you could make like square X and triangle circle on one profile, right? You could swap them. You could also program the different buttons on the back. So this could double down as like a bumper. Like I have a harder time hitting the R1 and L1s than I do the lower. So that might be a better way to do it by putting this L1, L1, R1, and then L2, R2. You know what I mean? So like, there's possibilities of that. I mean, it's interesting. So the combinations are almost endless with 30 profiles. You can do a lot of different things. And I'm not, let's see here, release. Okay, I was going to say I'm not going to pop the top off, but let's see how hard it is. There's a little button on the back right here that says release. And I don't know. I don't have fingernails. Okay. I got it. It slaps over. And look at that. So that pops off. And here's the analogs. Now, there's buttons here too. I don't know what those, again, so many buttons. Like, you know, I'm assuming that some of those games on PC, like Tarkov comes to mind, where there are so many, like a need for a large button profile and a lot of remapping. Like the controller doesn't necessarily have enough buttons. You can always make like a system press and hold left, and then it brings up a menu and things like that. But I think this is going to open some doors to having some of those larger button requirement games provide some console support. All right, so let's see if I can figure out how to get this bad boy. I'm assuming it pivots because the release is on the bottom. That would make sense. Okay, so I didn't get it. I missed the top left corner. So there's definitely like a right way and a wrong way. It's like, not noob proof like one might hope. Let's see if I can get that again. Nope. Brian destroys brand new controller live on stream. Again, I just don't have any kind of fingernails to get up. There we go. All right, yeah, so there's 2 hook points on the top. I don't know if you guys can really see those or not, but there's 2 little latches right there. And they seemingly tuck right into that spot there and fold down and snap into place. Okay, glorious. And it's not like sticking up. It's not a problem. Like there's no rub or conflict with like your stuff. Now, speaking of which, something feels different down here too. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So the handles, like I was just noticing, it feels a little different. Now, this one's new, so it has a little bit of like that rigidity. Like there's a little bit of texture that's still present, whereas this one, I mean, you can tell it's not smooth, but it's not really restricting or giving you that grip. This one's got a little extra, and it feels more of a rubbery texture than it does the hard plastic. Now this seemingly, the outsides here seemingly are the same plastic, but I'm telling you, this inside piece right here is more of a softer rubber. And it feels good. It doesn't feel plastic or cheap. It actually, it feels, I like it. I still wonder what these buttons are going to be. I mean, you got so many stupid buttons. I mean, I guess really they only added 2 here and 2 here, right? But I mean, that's 4 extra buttons old man Brian Brain's got to try and deal with. Oh, I see more people are showing up. What up? We got Harley's out there. Ed is out there. Le Petite is out there. Paige is out there. Brian D, what up? Does it come in different colors? Not yet. That is an excellent question, Brian. I have not seen or heard anything about it coming in different colors. Now, one of the reasons why I like this whole case, and you know, you can basically pop the controller in the case, right? And then there you go. You've got the port here, and you can charge. I mean, I don't think you actually need the big charge cable piece, but you know, you can lock it in there. Sort of. All right, so it looks like, I'm pretty sure it goes this way, in there, locked. Yep. So yeah, I mean, essentially that is the DualSense Edge controller in a nutshell. What other questions do you guys have? Besides Brian asking the color question, what else do y'all have? What do you think? Camera view good? Camera, like, I mean, I want to do some Garbage Pail Kids at some point. I'm curious to see how this would work out too. Oh, barely made. So look at this. I went and I found a new. This is unopened right here. And then this is from this series here, which is We Hate the 80s. There's a bunch of stuff in there, including a signed one. And these are all old school, like from 84 to 85 to 87, probably. Maybe 88 in there too. Definitely old school. And they're in terrible shape. They're not like worth a ton of money or anything, but they're silly and fun. And I do hope to go through those at some point. Now that I've got this physically working, and in fact, we've actually gained battery. So that is a key factor that I learned today, that output of that USB is not nearly as powerful as a charge port plugged into an outlet is. All right, let's see here. Noob much? Yes, that's accurate. That is what I'm here for, Greg. I noob, so you don't have tube. All right, I had a drink somewhere. Where? Oh, I left it downstairs. What the crap? Any other questions? At least 2. All right, Brian, that's the way. Yeah, I definitely go through at least 2 a year. You know, I could make them last longer, but I mean, I have a warranty exchange at Best Buy, and that applies to this one too. So if something goes wrong with that, that's another factor I wanted to throw out there for you guys. Right? So not everybody has access to Best Buy. Best Buy is not everybody's favorite place to buy things, but Best Buy does offer this thing called the Total Tech program. You pay like $200, and I can't remember if it's 1 year or 2 year. I want to say your first year is or your first sign up, you buy one, get one, maybe, or maybe that was just the deal we had. I feel like it's 2 years. I don't know if Ray's is out there. She can confirm it. I see Brad just showed up. What up, Bucky Pug? But with the Total Tech, if something happens to this, it's covered. Now, it won't cover replacement analogs, right? But I mean, if like something goes bad, if the battery really just sucks, you know, we can take it back and get another one. Now, battery degradation, that's a funny thing to say. You know, it varies in different products based on the use usually. There's a lot of science that says that, charging a device full and then depleting it fully on its first go is going to help the battery learn how it works. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've been told by various people on various products from various years, and it all seems to remain the same. It's got a carbon fiber look to it almost. Yeah, so anyways, like I said, Total Tech might be worth it to you guys, may not be. It'll cover everything, not just this. So that's one of the beautiful things about the Total Tech is like I bought a drone, and when I bought the drone, it's covered under Total Tech. Everything I've bought since then at Best Buy that's electronic is covered under Total Tech. If you get a TV, they'll come and install it for you for free with Total Tech. So it just depends on what your uses are. Now, I'm getting some interesting stuff from YouTube right now. It just went from excellent connection and green to no data and green. So hopefully I didn't lose you for a minute or two there. But as promised, this was literally supposed to be a short stream. Definitely bonus, definitely something new and fancy, but more of a test of the setup. And so far, I would say that it's actually working. So I'll hopefully get to do some future things with like, I got a package that Outright Games is going to be sending if they haven't already sent it. So that'll be here soon. And then I've got the Garbage Pail Kids, and this, I could potentially build Lego under this. Like I could do like a Lego build hangout sesh, which I think would be really fun. With new sets coming out on April 1st, maybe I should plan some sort of, like a poll and put up like 5 sets or something and have you guys vote on which one you'd like to see me build. It wouldn't be a speed build, and I would choose based on size of the set and coolness. But like, I definitely don't want like a 10,000 piece set because first of all, it's not going to fit here. Second of all, who's got all that time? Third of all, like my fingers, they only move and do so fast. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm not seeing any other questions out there. Want to buy me one? No, I don't. Sadly, I'm not made of money. I wish I was. And if I was, I would definitely be, helping and providing and doing more things. I would be more Mr. Beast-like. That dude is pretty awesome. I don't know why or how he just got a shout out in my video. Not that he needs it, but that dude's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Does it have stick drift yet? Literally just pulled it out of the box, so I certainly hope not. But the good news is I've got that Total Tech warranty I just mentioned that will cover that if it does. It's the only way I'd buy one if there was a warranty on it. So, I'm sure they come with a 1-year manufacturer warranty. Problem with those is you got to wait for, send-offs and things like that. For the most part, you don't get to go turn them in at the store you bought them from. You do generally have like a 30 or 60 day at the location you purchased it from, but it varies depending on whoever you buy it. And so yeah, let's see here. Your Lego Harry Potter vids are helping. Hey, awesome. Glad. Thanks for stopping by today. Luggy, what is up? Go Lego. Yeah, so what do you guys think? The setup works. Lego builds in the future. I might on Thursday. So I haven't heard from the website people. So at least I don't think I have. Nope. So it looks like Thursday's wide open. I've got a project that I'm likely going to start next week. So that's coming. But I'm going to try to fill Tuesdays and Thursdays with some fun stuff, like some different stuff. Trying some new things like this right here. So, yeah, guys, that's it. I've unboxed it. I don't have any other questions coming in. I will have some feedback in the future, likely during streams and things like that. At some point, I may do like a follow-up video where I just like, sit in front of a camera. Probably won't do that one live, but maybe I will talk about how it all works. Hey, look at this. There's a QR code too. I bet you that takes you to like a manual and like maybe teaches you how, or it might actually load up the app. Because there is, I believe you can mess with the PS app to control the different programs, right? Because you can have like 30 different settings or whatever. So I believe that you can do that. So pretty cool little device. I mean, as somebody who travels and takes their PS5 with them, like when I go to Eagle Crest for the week, I always take my PS5 with me. This will be nice to keep the controller secure. And for what it's worth, I mean, we haven't tested this yet, but I'm sure. Doesn't have to be DualSense Edge to fit in there. It's solid. It's not flopping around or nothing. So, although there is a little bit of a size difference, and those buttons are on the back, I mean, it looks like it fits on my charger. This might be a keeper. So, things to be looking for in the update video or as I play it. Battery life. How's it hold up? Do I feel like I'm getting a workout using this paperweight? Big shout out to Luke. Thanks for becoming a member. Much love. That's awesome. It's awesome. I need to change those sounds too so that they differentiate between the different sub, member, super chat. At one time that all worked, and then something went wrong, and it's been broken ever since. So I'll if I don't stream on Thursday, that'll be something that I'll definitely work on. So you're saying for this pouch, size matters. I mean, I don't know what you've been told, Brad, but size always matters. Especially like in this, like I couldn't get the next chair big up. Like I've gotten bigger, but my chair has not, right? Like I could use the next size up. I'm a little cramped in this chair, but I don't have enough room in my current setup to do it. So yes, size matters in all ways. I know what you're getting at, but I'm trying to avoid that. I'm just saying size matters. Let's see here. Anybody else got anything before I hit that stop button? What am I streaming tomorrow? Brian asks. Great question. Evil Dead. I got the team. I got Gerg. I got Kirstron. And I got the mood with the mood. We're going to be going and taking on them Deadites and trying to get some more trophies. Now, it's looking like this will likely be the final week of Evil Dead, and I have not chose the next replacement game for Wednesday. It's going to be part of my goal to make it at least cooperative, if not a group thing. I doubt it'll be like Dead by Daylight or anything like that, but something fun that should include us all. I've been having fun with the group that we've been playing with. We dominated Ghostbusters. We're having fun with Evil Dead. I want to keep that ball rolling if possible, as long as they're still available and they still want to hang out with me, because that's always a possibility. Oh, people are texting me. I better get going. All right, man. Much love to you all. Last chance for questions. Last chance. And be looking on our community page for that poll. I don't know if I'll put it up today. I got to do some homework and figure out what sets drop April 1st, what sets I'd be willing to buy and build. And oh yeah, my Bricklink set, my 50s diner shipped. It'll be here in the next couple of days. So be looking to check that out at the game break, which will be on the final day of the month. Hey, big shout out and much love to everyone who stopped by or hung out the entire time and watched this stream. Again, this was more of a test of the setup than it was an unboxing, but it actually worked for both. So pretty stoked. I'm going to be using this for the next few days, and I'll give you guys some feedback when I got it. Anything speed champion. Okay, Harley, I see you. Maybe. I'm really excited. Thursday too. Actually, I don't know. Thursday, now that I think about it, there's a big announcement from Lego and 2K. They're going to hopefully give us a release date of when the new Lego race game comes out. That's a real thing. Real. Check our Facebook or our Twitter and you'll see some information. So, yes, much love to you all. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Head on over to any of our social medias. If you have not already, please check out happythumbsgaming.com. And oh to the yeah. As always, until next time. See ya.